Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Tenerife. I do apologise this wasn't uploaded as normal on the Friday yesterday. I just felt completely wiped out of nowhere for some reason. Don't know why, but much better today. It's the title fight episode, final 2 games of the season. And if you're watching this on the playlist, on catch up, then the apology doesn't make any difference. Enjoy the video. And I thought I'd check on the Club World Championship because I've heard nothing about it since we qualified, since we got the qualification notice on last season's Champions League semi-final. I don't know why there's such a big gap, basically, but it does exist. It is going to be after the Champions League this year. It is going to be in this summer. I think they're just doing it in odd years now when there isn't a major tournament in the summer or something like that. Anyway, because it's turned into this World Cup format, basically, or half World Cup format. Shout out to Tottenham being the only European side not to get out of their group. That was in 2022, when of course the World Cup's in the winter. This one's in 2025, but we've got a fixture to do now. It's Real Betis versus Tenerife. They're in 7th. They're fighting for European spaces. Letting Madrid, of course, play later on. They're going for that 6th spot as well. They could sneak into 5th. Real Madrid out of it. We did beat them. We drew with Sevilla, who are down and have European football. They've done a Wigan. Yeah, so naturally we beat Real Madrid and drew with Sevilla. That's the way around those results went. Which leaves us 2 points behind Barcelona, but Barcelona have played their game in this game week. So if we win this game against Betis, we've got a point advantage, which is what we need. Basically, we need to win both these games to guarantee the title. I'm working on the assumption that the final day, everyone actually plays together for the only time, it feels like. They do, yep. So if we win this match, we go 1 point ahead of Barcelona, and then all we need to do is match their result in the final game. But winning it would make life a lot easier. And our final game of the season is against Valladolid, of course, who are near the bottom, at the bottom, already relegated. I think they and Las Palmas are fighting out to be the worst, or not the worst, as the case may be. Anto is available for the bench. Do I pop him on the bench for anyone? We're in a bit of an awkward situation where we've got a lot of yellow-carded defenders, but this is the important one of the two. This is the tougher one of the two, so full strength here makes sense. That in mind. There we are. That's full strength. Christensen goal. Lodi, Harwood, Picard, Hanus, Ravella, Valverde, Faisal, Batouad, Merckx, and Alves. It's the team that thrashed Chelsea 6-0. We beat Real Madrid 4-2, by the way. I've not shown you the results, but it was 4-2. Faisal scored again, I think. So asking about the under-19s, I'm just going to go for this year's best new gen. Yeah, I think they've won the under-19s Cup or something. There's a team from like the 3rd division of Spanish football. Under-19s got through to the semi-finals of that somehow, knocking out top division under-19s. I need to look into them. It's been a bizarre year in world football. In-game. Newcastle got relegated after finishing 7th the previous season. They didn't even get European football as well. Someone mugged them off on that. So it's not like they had that going against them. Just pulled a Newcastle, basically. Anyway, Hahn kicks that all the way up. Borja Iglesias is still playing. I feel like he's 32 to start with or something like that. Must be younger than I thought. Harwood. Forward to Valverde. Merckx. Thinks it forward to literally no one. No one was ever going to get on the end of that one. Grujic has made his way to Real Betis. Finally left Liverpool. Grujic is basically the Bakayoko of Liverpool, isn't he? Just constantly on loan somewhere. Or actually, probably more appropriately, the Marco van Ginkel. Because Bakayoko at least goes to teams in Europe, usually. Miguel Mateo Lahoz. Oh, it's that ref. It's the... Oh, Ted Lasso. Hang on, Ted Lasso's on the boards. I love that. Watch it. It's great. It's not a penalty. But that's the card-happy ref. One that's always accused of being... trying to make himself the focus of the game. Basically, the Spanish Mike Dean. But I'm pretty certain he's retiring in real life, or has retired at the end of last season. I think he did this year's Champions League final. Anyway, Fekir still at Betis. Fekir's one of those ones that just never materialised, did he? He was always rumoured to be going to Liverpool or on occasion Arsenal, I think. And then that move never materialised because of medical reasons or whatever. And he's just been stuck at Betis forever since. In game, anyway. I don't know if he's going to move in real life in any way, shape, or form. Ooh, Harwood scored from a corner. Keep forgetting, of course, he is a central defender and he is 6 foot. That's why he's a central defender rather than a left back. But Great header. And of course, like I said, I fixed the corners. Bruno Alves, the 5'6" player, is not on that position anymore. So that's paid dividends already. Fakir. British goes close. That was the rejected Liverpool transfer to the rejected Liverpool player. We go to half-time. On top, but not dramatically so. Considering he trashed Chelsea 6-0 with this exact 11, was expecting a little bit more. I'm now amused by the fact they've got a player called Tony up front and a player called Kevin in the defence. Okay, tired players. Nothing's happened in the second half, which is great for episode length, but not fun for entertainment. Just realised I don't put Pablo Torre on the bench anymore, so I don't have the stray swap for Faisal. Bella moves forward, McDonald comes on. Harwood has been booked. I'm going to take Hanous off, just to prevent the triple lockout on that defence. Because even if Picard picks up his second goal, then we can have Quiros and Nedalea can fill in at centre-back, or McDonald can fill in at centre-back. They're both capable of playing that. Antov can play in central defence. So I don't mind the two central defenders being locked out, but I don't want both central defenders and the first choice right back. Merckx is playing well, but he's knackered because he always is. I don't know why Merckx is always knackered, by the way. His work rate's not particularly high, and his stamina's not terrible. So it's not like he's working himself into the ground with a terrible stamina. And I don't know. His natural fitness is quite low, which might be part of it. But it is improving, actually. But that's got nothing to do with how tired they get in a game, according to the information it gives. But maybe it is. Maybe it is related to that. And it's just one of those hidden things. Make the 2 subs for now. Can I encourage this late on at a 1-0? No, apparently not. There's a highlight. Carrasco's coming on for Core, who's not played as well as Merckx. There isn't a highlight. I made the substitution. It killed the highlight. Well, we won 1-0 from an XG of 2, so not great on that respect, but it's 3 points. And 3 points is all that matters at this stage, so good win. We'll move on. I do hope we've got an entire week between these games as well. There's a few youngsters on international duty, by the way. I don't know what they're playing in. Harwood is Lil Jaden and could do with the rest. There's one game left, mate. Actually, he's out of this last one, isn't he, anyway? Quick note on Tenerife B. They're doing all right this time. They're 9th. There was a worrying period in the first half of the season when they were in this sort of 17th to 20th block, just bouncing between being in the relegation spots and not. They got themselves out of it. They're fine. Yeah, Harwood's out, so I have to rest him either way. Sociedad yet to play Elche this week, but if Sociedad win out, then they're fine. But the fight for 6th is interesting because Atletico 57 and then 2 teams on 55. Don't know what the Bilbao situation is versus Atletico. Lost 2-0, won 2-0. Don't know what happens in that situation when the results are dead even between 2 teams. And Elche have the head-to-head on Atletico. So if Atletico lose that last game, any one of these teams can go ahead of them. I've just noticed on the social media feed, there's someone at the bottom that's saying, of course, Picard starts. He's our best player. I don't know what's happened with Picard, but he quietly just exploded as a player. You might have noticed I've only just started playing him regularly. He's only made 19 starts in the league, and most of them have come recently. But basically, his entire jump has happened in the last 2 months here. Star rating-wise, anyway, which has other factors than just pure attributes, of course, but Liverpool record highest points total without winning title. I don't know where that record is kept, but pretty certain they have that record already in real life, and it's higher than that because didn't they get like 90-something points a couple of years ago and didn't win it? Elche beat Sociedad. Game on. If we weren't in the middle of a title fight, ourselves, I would be fully focused on that fight for 6th, but we've got our own game to play. What? Well, there was a clash between that and the Club World Championship. I thought someone had done a major cock-up there. No, we're fine. Random friendly cup. Did you enjoy in the summer? That's never happened to me before. I guess in the background, Tenerife have acquired Emirates Airlines as a sponsor or something. Oh, for Jesus wept. I just clicked through on the injury. I didn't even see who it was. Twisted ankle after twisting sharply during a training section. So it's another accident. Has anyone ever been so unlucky? Like, tight hamstring is the only one that's sort of an actual natural physical injury rather than an accident. And even then he did that by jumping. So he has missed 3 important games through accidents. They should be so lucky. We're going to be in a minor issue, by the way, at the end of this year, because both Quiros and Antov are in that position where they're starting to ask for new contracts. As soon as I talk to them, of course, they go, thank you for talking to me, and back off. They're realistically both rotation options. We're going to have an issue with them soon. And losing team leaders in Football Manager is actually something that's rather a large deal. Sorry, Jose Mourinho's England manager. When did that happen? I knew he was Portugal manager, because they kept annoying him by saying Quiros needed a call-up. Little weird they've given this out before the final game of the season, but well done, Merckx. Considering he was European Golden Boy, or all the other awards to do with that. Didn't get Next Gen for whatever reason, but got all the other Young Player awards. So Zuga's injury still hasn't resolved yet. I thought it would have by now, but nope. So Christian's out. That's not great news. Abad comes in. Harwood's obviously out, so Quiros starts. Otherwise, I see no reason to make any other changes to the starting lineup. Jesse Gironin in goal for them. That's a player who we've had in the past. Not here. Not at Sheffield, I believe. It was at York. Played back up to Sergio Dutra for a little while. Merckx charging forward. I love the fact their kit is purple. Don't see it very often, but I love the fact they've got a purple kit. More teams should have a purple kit. Lodi. Merckx. Ravella. Valverde now. Bruno Alves, not quite. Ravella gathers it up. Back to the back line. Forward once more. Found Bruno Alves. Batarancourt on this left-hand side. Can charge into the box. He's against the defender. Lodi's turn. Faisal's there. He's scored a goal. 15 for Faisal. 15 goals for a central midfielder. That's more than... I want to say it's more than Alves, but I don't think it is just more than Icardi. But then again, he hasn't played in a very long while now. Not great from our former goalkeeper, Jesse Gironin, though. In fairness, he was a backup. Of course, next match, PSG, they were second in the club list. Alex Merritt in goal for them, our former goalkeeper, our actual former goalkeeper. Looks like Barcelona are winning, by the way. I've just decided to clock the table for the first time in this game. How the hell did that not go in? What's the point? How did it hit one post and then go out and play on the other side? The spin on that was ridiculous. Alvarez, Haller, Perez in a bit of space. Nice block. Good block highlight. Good block highlight. Don't see them very often. Oh, Barcelona played Mallorca, who I think must have survived then, because we've already had the 3 guaranteed down, so Mallorca has survived. Merckx, Faisal. We've lost El Canario straight away, but Mallorca, we've still got the holiday destination fight off. Anus, Merckx. It's a shame Marbella were in the second tier and I could no longer just keep giving them players because I was willing them to go up a bit. They're about to go down again from the second tier. Picard nearly scores. Just got to notice that Cavaloon has scored a second there. Again, it's a 1-0 at half-time. I do want to see something more from this team. Yeah, Cavaloon scored in the 34th. Atletico Madrid are winning and other teams are not, seemingly. Bilbao play Elche. Did not know that was the draw, so they're taking points off each other, which is allowing Madrid to capitalise. Looks like Sociedad are losing as well. Ravella, Anus. That fight for 5th and 6th is well and truly on right now. Lodi dinks it across. Merckx goes close. I just held my breath there for a second as that looped over. I wanted to have a look at that fight for 6th there, but we've got a highlight. It's a free kick. Don't know what that other player's doing, but that's going in, isn't it? No, Abad saved it. Gonzalez. Bella puts this free kicking. Merckx is there. Lodi throw. Penalty? I mean, that's the weirdest penalty I've ever seen. Batran's saying he's pushed. I'm not sure it's a penalty, but if we get it, I'm not going to argue. Although I have any choice in the matter anyway. But it is a penalty, apparently. So pushing Batarancourt from a throw-in is apparently enough. Ref's running all the way back on, so he must be... I thought he must be booking someone, but he's just running to the area for some reason. Batarancourt is going to take it. He's missed the last one. Scored this one, though. For a second, I thought he was going to kick it straight down the middle again. The goalie doesn't really move that much. He sort of rotates, but doesn't really move. Yeah, just pausing to see the other games. Betis winning is not enough currently. Ultra drawing is not enough currently because Atletico are winning against Getafe. Almeria drawing away. Tom Davies injured. Almeria drawing away at Sevilla, already relegated to Sevilla. So Atletico Madrid just really capitalising on everyone else just deciding not to win it. Valverde in was to Ravella, who smacks it at a defender. Lodi's in a lot of space. That should be a goal. It is a goal. Counts as an assist for Ravella, but hang on a second. Why are the wheelchair users on a balcony? Wouldn't it have been easier just to build access to the ground level than somehow build ramps all the way up to this level? Apparently the stadium builders decided to do things the hard way. I've been in the stadium for 5 years now, in-game. 4 years, 5 years in-game, and it's the first time I've noticed that Elche have scored, which means Sociedad aren't even in it. Almeria have scored. I don't think that's affected anything just yet. I've made 0 changes because I was so focused on that. Sociedad losing to Villarreal, which is irrelevant for Villarreal. Might as well get Merckx off for whatever. Going to give Icardi essentially his last few minutes. And just so Picard's not banned for the first game next season, Antov is going to come on in defence. I'm not sure if that ban rolls over or not, but just to be safe. And 3-0 here. I think it was 3-0 in Barcelona as well, but 3-0 in both. At the very least, it gives the wheelchair users a lovely, lovely viewpoint for this ceremony that they would have not necessarily got if they were on the ground level. Especially if they're on the ground level behind this. I mean, they still can't see. But back-to-back, we had to fight for this one, which makes it feel all that more better. That's not a sentence. That's not English. Is the goalie going to do the cartwheel? Yeah, he is. Wasn't certain he was for a second there, but yeah, this one feels that much better because we did have to fight for it. Barcelona fought for it. Barcelona were with us the entire way. In fact, they were ahead of us most of the way. It's the first season we've actually had a fight. First two seasons we were somehow in the top 4, but not anywhere near title. Last season, Barcelona just collapsed as a team in the last quarter of the season and just basically gifted us the title. This season, it's actually been a 2-way fight. I would love it to be more than a 2-way fight, as I get a domination achievement. I don't know what that means. So Elche held on, Atletico Madrid held on to their 1-0 lead as well, so they get European football at the expense of Sociedad, and Real Betis, who did their job, and Almeria ended up winning everything as well. So the teams that are in the chasing pack did start to win. Elche actually got a third. But if Atletico had slipped up there and conceded, I think Sociedad actually still had it regardless of losing over Betis and Almeria. But domination in that final game, realistically. Roddy's 5 appearances away from making 50 appearances, and if so, I have to pay Atletico Madrid $6 million. Trying to find a new left-back. Oh, I'm in the Spanish Hall of Fame. Oh, I was confused why Pep was listed as being his 2 teams, Barcelona B. Ravello again, sensational. I'm actually encouraged to go to this press conference, so I will. I've stopped doing the post-match ones. I still do the pre-match ones just to make sure I don't sit, just so my system doesn't say anything stupid to, rev up the opponent. Pre-match press conferences are still important for that reason, because you can accidentally motivate the opponent if you say the wrong thing. Nico's going nowhere. Please, please. Now, of course, we don't get any of the end of season stuff because that will follow the Champions League now. But yeah, we didn't lose in the league for essentially 3 months. First game of March, we lost to Atletico Madrid. A few draws in there and losing away at the other top sides. These 2 draws in the final month had me worried for that title, but we've wrapped it up. 1 point the difference, which is all it needed to be because, of course, Barcelona had that head-to-head. So if we tied with them, they'd have got it. That amused me no end. Relegated. Not even EC2, which Atletico Madrid are in, hilariously. How'd you get Europa League because they have the head-to-head on Atletico? I love that so much. And because Sevilla won the cup. In fact, Sevilla winning the cup now, I'm not as mad. Like, I was happy for them at the time, but now I'm actually genuinely pleased for them because it stops Atletico getting it, which is even funnier. Not that I despise Atletico in any way, shape, or form. It's just funny. So I'll see you for that Champions League final against our former goalkeeper and against the second best team in the world, apparently. So I'll see you for that Champions League final on Monday, and all the season wrapper stuff will probably be with that because I think the Club World Championship counts as next season. See you for that next time. Until then, ta-ra.